My name is Jason Simard, and I am the founder of Sims Coaching Systems. I'm here with my co-founder, Joe Moretti, and we're here on the 7-Figure Real Estate Podcast, the podcast you didn't know you even needed. Everyone, get your notepads out. Let's go. We're going to bring you value week over week, and we're actually going to be a lot of fun, and we hope to make you laugh out loud. Subscribe to our channel. Check the content out. If you're looking to take this to a whole nother level, we got you covered.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we are, the very first annual podcast Christmas Spectacular. Here we are. I am actually here with my really close friend. You guys have heard his voice. We break his balls as much as we can behind the scenes. We actually have producer Ryan with us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. So the rumors are true. Jason did actually quit the podcast.
Look at that.
What a guy.
What a quitter.
What a quitter. So, yeah, Jason, a little bit under the weather, but you know what? Super important that we bring you this podcast. Huge passion project for us. So, producer Ryan, thanks for filling in.
Hey, man. Happy to be here.
And I got to say,
I mean, I'm here every day,
You're
5 days a week. So, just behind the scenes.
Just behind the scenes. Looking good in the sweater, man.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll give you that.
Thanks, Jen, for that.
Yeah, so my wife
there.
scored us these amazing Christmas sweaters. Now, I don't usually mess with Christmas sweaters, but apparently in this case, we all mess with Christmas sweaters. So
Yo, man,
huge shout out to Jen for hooking us up.
I looked at the label. This is the first time I fit in a small sweater ever.
This is actually, this one's a large. So we definitely had to size down in these bad boys. But it's very form-fitting on you. It definitely fits you like a ladies extra medium.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. So here we are. The snow is falling. And we are sitting here inside our nice, cozy podcast studio. So Christmas is upon us. And I will say, for me, Christmas is a very tough time of year. Mm-hmm. There are things that I struggle with. So I'd like to talk about one of them. And again, I think for a lot of people, this isn't the happiest time of the year. And for me, this is actually it's a critical piece of kind of my personality and what's sort of shaped me in my adult years. It is actually the 37th anniversary of me not receiving the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier.
Oh, man.
37 years. I've been asking for it. Still haven't got it yet.
Are you still writing?
Mm-hmm. I write to Santa every year. 37 years. It came out in 1985. I was like 6. You can do the math, man. Like 37 years I've missed out on this.
You got to buy it for yourself.
You know how expensive that thing is? Because now it's considered like weird vintage. So one of two things is going to happen. Now I'm going to get it, and it's going to be missing 3/4 of the pieces, and it's going to cost me an extra 3 G's trying to find some dude's helmet from the set. That's option 1. Option 2 is I'm going to buy one that's like sealed in a box.
And have to remortgage your house.
I'll have to remortgage my house to get this thing. So if there's anybody listening out there who does have the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, 37 years of Christmas disappointment. Yeah. Now I get some good stuff. I get good stuff for Christmas. Every year I get like a really good Christmas present from like my wife and my kids. And then I get an old man Christmas present. Like literally it was a nose and ear trimmer last year. It's like this joke though about my wife and my kids. They're like, we're going to get you an old man present. So this year, I don't know what it's going to be. But I will say, like the 2 Christmas presents that I've used the most over the last couple of years are I got a beautiful pair of Air Jordan 11 Concords, which like brought a tear to my eye. I wear those all the time. And then I got this like ear and nose trimmer, which... Man, I use that thing all the time. I think I probably wear it more than I wear. Oh, man, I use that thing.
I can't tell.
That's the point. That's either incredibly good or incredibly bad.
Yeah,
so.
you need like magnifying glass, one of those mirrors with the magnifying glass.
Yeah, no, you just stick it up your nose and rattle it around.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's like you just stick it up and it's...
I got one of those too. Yeah.
See, you got an old man.
Battery's always dead.
Oh yeah, I replace my battery every couple months. I'm Italian. So the hair coming out of my nose and my ears is a veritable force. I use it to trim eyebrows. Jen uses it to like trim hair, like on the cats. Like this thing's like a multi-tool, man.
My wife says to me the other day, she's like, "It's so weird why do you have hair growing out of your ears? like no other man has hair growing out of their ears.
Oh, they all do. They all do.
Maybe not Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. I don't know. You know, I think all dudes, obviously, at some point, as you get older, you know, again, I'm 43. Like I'm getting a little long in the tooth. Like I'm actually starting to get, look at that. Look. Yeah, I know.
See it.
I'm getting gray. This one right here. This one's name is Paige, and this one's Jason, and this one's Caitlin. It's stressing me out, man. No,
Jason's
you know what?
Added a lot.
This whole side. This is all. This is Jason. This is real estate. This is coaching.
Where is Jay?
Yeah, Jay had a bit of a weekend away. He was in Toronto, so
He's locked up over there?
he went to Toronto. Barely made it back home. And then kind of did like the planes, trains, and automobiles.
I did
to
love
get
that
home.
story.
Dude gets home and he gets sick. So he was in the office today for about 10 minutes. And I think about 9 of those, he fell asleep at his desk. He got sick. And so obviously before, it's funny because I had this conversation, like there's that two schools of thought. There's like you tough it out, which unfortunately is how I was always brought up. Like if you're sick, you just show up. You push through.
I think I remember like you were on vacation. You showed up for the podcast.
Yep.
You were sick. You hurt your back at the gym.
Yeah.
Another podcast. I think that was like two episodes ago, maybe.
I did. So I am like the school of thought, like you tough it out. But now, you know, going post pandemic, it's important that obviously, if you're sick, you don't want to make everybody else sick.
Totally.
And I kind of have that old school mentality. And I'm not saying it's the right thing, but I'm always like, just get in, do your thing. But nowadays, like, there's this crazy flu going around. There's still a lot of like fear and anxiety over COVID. And I think, if you're sick, like definitely like.
Yeah, man, as soon as we kicked Jay out of here, you were on your Zoom call. As soon as he left, I was like, grabbed the Lysol wipes. I hit every door handle, every knob in the kitchen. I was like, did he touch the coffee machine? I sanitized his door in his office, shut the door.
Yeah,
Man,
I put caution tape.
sick.
I put caution tape on the door. So poor guy. He's gonna hear this and be like, "Oh man, I've been kicked off my own podcast."
We've taken over.
Taken over, man. The inmates are now officially running the asylum.
Yeah, man. I mean, getting sick is the worst. But when you have kids and they're little kids and they get sick, it's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah. It's usually the kids that get us sick that we pass to everybody else so that they can get their kids sick. But anyways, I digress. Again, like hope he feels better. Nobody likes being sick over Christmas.
Totally.
But screw you son of a bitch, for going to a basketball game and while the rest of us were here. So there you go. Yeah. Karma is a motherfucker. So anyway. All right. So one thing I wanted to talk a little bit about today, again, keeping in mind the old Christmas spectacular. It's an interesting time of year for a lot of people. And I kind of joke around and I kid about the aircraft carrier. Kidding, not kidding. But for some people, it is a very tough time of year. And I think sometimes we take that for granted. And I think when a lot of people are getting in there, leads are still signing up. There's still activity to be had. Like producer Paige, how many deals have we put together on Christmas Eve? Yeah, I know, a ton. Yeah. Like it happens every year. We seem to put one or two together. People are still transacting. Yeah. And I think for a lot of agents, they sort of seem to take their foot off the gas a little bit, usually around December. I think that you should never take your foot off the gas, but you should evolve your conversations. Like I think right now it should be a lot of supportive. It should be a lot of like stop bys, thoughtful sendouts. But I think the unfortunate thing is that's kind of what a client would expect. But the standard that they've been given are a lot of agents just sort of taking this time off. Now, there's been some things that we've implemented in the real estate group that I think are absolutely amazing. And it's funny. I got producer Paige here. Maybe producer Paige should slap some headphones on and come and hang out with us for a couple minutes. Oh, no, she's looking at me like, hell no, Joe.
She's looking at you saying, this microphone does not work.
Paige is the brains behind the operation. I get it. But Paige actually came up with an amazing concept. I think this was the seventh year for Simsmas, the 12 days of Simsmas. So I think it's so important that people run their initiatives throughout the month of December. So the 12 days of Simsmas, we gave away 12 absolutely insane prizes this year. Like there was a 55-inch TV, there was like Bowflex weights, there was gift cards, Nintendo Switches, like Instapots, slow cookers, knife sets.
Yeah.
So for 12 days, we gave away 12 amazing prizes that, our amazing office staff went out and actually purchased during Black Friday. So we got it a little bit cheaper than we would have if we had bought it
Smart
in
shopping.
December. Smart shopping. And we put a plan together through our social media challenges around, our social media channels, around the 12 days of Simsmas. So we ran that initiative. We do not dial back with our client care, like our inside sales agent team, but we evolve the content. We evolve, again, from real estate content to 12 days of Simsmas.
Yeah.
We evolve from, lead conversion, scripting and templates to, checking in.
What about
seeing
the
how you're doing.
engagement?
Yeah, engagement was insane this year. We had our biggest engagement this year than the last 7 years, like tenfold. We had some posts that were getting like 4, 5, 6, 7,000 comments when we were giving stuff away. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
And we always lead with a TV.
Yep.
So the first day of Simsmas, we're always giving away a TV. And I think there was 7,000, 8,000? 5,000 comments.
Crazy.
Isn't that insane? Yeah. So again, it's all about sort of adjusting your style in that month of December. Now, there's going to be some people hearing this podcast, and it's going to be like Christmas Day, Boxing Day when this thing's coming out.
Yeah.
But I think that there's there's things you can take away because you still have that gap between Christmas and New Year. So my call to action is, if you are actually listening to this podcast, if you are looking for one thing to implement, it is adjust your contacts, adjust your conversations from December 25th or 26th all the way to New Year's. Adjust your conversations. Yes, it's important. We get the who, what, when, where, how, why. You reference back to lead conversion script, but really make it personable. Because this is a time of year you don't know somebody else's story. I think that emotions can get amplified this time of year. So really be that voice of reason, be that voice of caring, and add that. Make sure that's added into your culture as you're sort of going through your week. Don't focus on sales this time of year. Focus on genuine human connection.
Giving back. Right?
Yeah, give something back as well.
Look at what we've done. We've kind of, with the Sims Foundation, we've really helped give back to a lot of families out there over Christmas. Why don't you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, so we launched a foundation about a year, almost a year and a half ago, I think it was. We launched the Sims Foundation, so it's a not-for-profit, and Andrea Smith is the woman who sort of spearheaded this movement. So we have the Sims Foundation, in which we give back to like youth shelters in town, and we support a lot of local families that are in need over the holiday season and also throughout the year. So we do things like, we have like hockey pools that we have set up. We have just various like grants that we've applied for, and we do a ton of fundraising throughout the year. And this year it was, I think, just under 20 families we were able to support. And I think there was 50, at-risk youth that we were able to support in our little community. So major point for us. So again, during the holiday season, that's something we focus on more than just the straight real estate conversations. Right? Those real estate conversations are amazing, like 11 and a half months out of the year. But for just that last little bit, really focus on the human element. That is your chance to give back and really support those that not only have supported you, but support those that are really in need in your community. So, really take this time, be present, be thoughtful. And again, this podcast is going to come out just around Christmas.
Yeah.
And really take that time between Christmas and New Year's to think, what's the biggest impact that I can make on, past clients, current prospects, my community? What's a little difference that I can make? So again, my challenge is adjust your conversations between now and New Year's.
Yeah.
Make
friendly
it
conversations.
Friendly conversations, people-based.
Totally.
Emotion-based.
Yeah.
Check in. And if you are going into 2023 and you haven't identified your top 5 clients and recognized them over the holiday season, wow, I don't know what to tell you. But get out there, write down your top 5 clients. Everybody knows their top 5. Even if you've never put a deal together in real estate, you should know your top 5. Take those top 5, and between Christmas and New Year's, because I'm going to assume a lot of people haven't done anything with it, between Christmas and New Year's, go buy a nice bottle of champagne. Go buy a nice go buy some eggnog and a couple small bottles of rum. Go buy, create a local gift basket. It should take you maybe an hour. Go to a local store, create a small localized gift basket. Totally. Go hand those out between Christmas and New Year. really check in on those top 5. Check in on the people in your sphere. Because again, I guarantee you, a lot of agents with taking their foot off the gas in December have not completed that activity.
Totally. And handing out those cards, right? Delivering them personally, maybe to their work, right? Or to the home, whichever works best. But, just having that nice piece of contact where, you get to touch base with someone, wish them a Merry Christmas from the bottom of your heart, and, hand them something, either a card or a gift basket or something that makes them feel special. And it's not all about selling something every single time. It's about just having that great human connection.
I love that, man. It's a human connection. We had a coaching student in Utah, and really nice guy.
You're talking about.
Yeah, and so what he did is he had this old school recipe for it was banana bread, and what he did with it is he actually had a little postcard designed telling the story about his banana bread. And on the back, it had the recipe for the banana bread.
I love it.
And it was on a beautiful little postcard. And he would put that postcard in a nice gift bag. And the gift bag would contain all the ingredients for somebody in their family to make the banana bread. And he would hand them out. Another coaching student, oddly enough, in Utah, did the same thing with pecan pies.
Yeah,
right?
know about that one. Yeah.
He went to like the dollar store in Walmart and loaded up on like mason jars and ingredients, measured them all out, and went and had again, like a little one-pager designed, a card, and you write in the card and it goes in there. But again, my house to yours, here's your ingredients. And he went so far as to say like, hey, tag us in a post.
Cool.
Tag me in a post. Show me that you made this.
Yeah.
I'd love to see how it turned out. This is a family recipe and major point of pride. But here's the thing. It's not about, are you buying or selling or renovating or refinancing? We have another coaching student who did sort of the same, but he put in there, referrals are the best gift that you can give me. And I was the first person to say, well, maybe you shouldn't put that in. Let's just remove that. People know.
That's taking
yes, you need to talk about referrals and referral process. We coach to it. But that's not what it's about.
It's about just giving the gift.
Give the gift,
and
man.
Feeling good about it, right? Like, that's what you should be really going after. I want to feel good. I want to do something nice for someone, and I want to impact their life in a positive way.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Again, we're so fortunate that we get to sit here in our sweaters and drink.
Jen.
Thank you, Jen, and drink our hot cocoa and our coffee while the snow is falling in this beautiful little environment that we've created. We just really need to be mindful this time of year. A lot of people don't have that.
Absolutely.
A lot of people have suffered over the last 2-3 years with like the pandemic and isolation, losing loved ones, and this is your opportunity to, again, be that soft voice.
Yeah.
So another thing is if you are not reaching out to your sphere 5 days a week, you're really going awry. And I'm going to give you the world's simplest script. And for anybody who's ever coached with us or sat down with us for any time longer than a cup of coffee, you'll have heard me say this a million times. And this is what your text script says. And then I'm going to tell you about the methodology around it. So, hey, Ryan, it's Joe. What's new and exciting? I hope you're staying happy and healthy. Let's connect. Send. So for anybody who just has never really gotten deep and leveraged their sphere, that is one of the easiest ways to do it, via text. Now, here's kind of where the process comes in place. Again, I'm not American, so I'm going to say process. Anybody American listening, I apologize. So what you do is you go into your contact list. I don't care if you got a Samsung, iPhone, doesn't matter to me. Go into your contact list, go up to A, send that message.
Yeah. I've used it.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it works.
Start with A. You send 5 a day.
Yeah. Here's the thing about the 5 a day. You definitely want to stick to 5. I went and sent like 25.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
And then I was just like texting all day. It was like a nonstop conversation.
Yeah, because
right?
you're surprised what comes out. So start with A, send it. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, well, you know what? Aloysius Abercrombie, I don't know him, so I'm not going to send it. I'll go to the next person. Don't. At some point, it was important for you to put Aloysius Abercrombie. That's your new name.
Where did you come up with that?
I don't know. That's your new nickname.
Do you have that in your phone?
I'm not saying nothing, man. Hey, Aloysius. Anyway, I apologize if I haven't reached out to you. Send it. And if you do not send it, delete the number. Get rid of it. If it's not worth checking in, delete the number. Yeah. Now, here's the exception, is if you've talked to that person in the last, I'd say 10 days, 2 weeks, It's fine. If it's a mother, father, brother, sister, best friend, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll give you that. But if it is not worth you checking in, get rid of it. If you're too scared to send it, like what's a worst case scenario if you send that message via text? What's the worst thing that can happen?
They're not going to message back. It's so horrible.
Son of a man. Yeah. They don't answer back, or who's this? New phone?
That's my favorite.
I love that.
When they say who's this and I mess with them a little bit.
Oh, for sure. But have some fun, right? Send 5 a day. Yep. Start at A, work your way down. No excuses. No excuses as to why you shouldn't send that message.
Hey, when do you send them? What time?
Oh, good question. I would say by 9 o'clock at the latest in the morning.
So why do you do it at that time?
Gives people a whole day to reply. Because I think the later you send it, it kind of just shortens that window. Like, I'm going to tell you, maybe this is just a Joe thing, but I'm never going to remember your birthday. And I'm probably not going to text you back. I'm brutal with that. Like, I'm bad. Even everybody on my team, like, they just know.
That's a nice thing about the new update. You can just mark it as unread.
Can you?
On your iPhone, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Hold it down, unread, and it's still
I'm like, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it's the worst. You click it when you're busy, and you forget to reply.
I'm on to the next, It's not, like, in my mind I've replied, and I think that I've replied, but I'm just not that smart to actually go and reply. Yeah, I'm the worst. So I apologize for anybody listening or watching, and producer Paige if I've ever not texted you back. I will admit I'm horrible, but I'm working on it. So always send it out before 9 in the morning. Now again, it gives somebody, number one, something to look forward to throughout the day. Maybe it brings a smile to their face that they kind of saw you. Yep. But people sort of get busy throughout the day. So again, your activity levels go up, 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 up. You hit dinner time, kids go to bed, and then it's like straight down. Where do you fit in that? You don't. So, give people the opportunity for the whole day, right? So send it early in the morning. Try to send 5 a day. And the biggest thing is that if you are really utilizing a CRM, make sure you note who you've sent it to, right? Because this is an annual activity. Like, you're going to want to go back to it. And then a lot of people also say, well, I don't have that. I'm new to my area. I don't have a lot of people in there. That's okay. It's about checking in. Now, an element of it that'll come out is like, who do you know that I should know? That'll organically come out. But after you've gone through that list, you'll move to Instagram. You'll move to Snapchat. Move to Facebook, right? Like, you can go across channels and then circle back. But every day you should be trying to get a hold of 5 people via text or DM or whatever, but just not email.
So what's your thought on, instead of text, going through Facebook?
Oh, to me, it's the same thing. And I'll tell you, you'll get me on text 10 to 1 before you'll get me on a telephone.
Yeah.
Right? Because I can answer it when I'm like, sorry, when I'm in the washroom. That's actually when I do text people back. So text me at 7:30 every morning.
I hear you talking to Siri in there all the time.
Oh, man, that's you. I can't stand listening to you being like, doing your talk to text.
I love it.
Shivers down it's the most cringiest thing, man. Because you get this weird monotone.
My favorite part is at the end when I say, excuse my grammar, I'm using Siri.
Yeah, it's nails on a chalkboard, man. So those are just some things that you can do between now going into New Year's. Some things that as New Year's creeps around, you can kickstart into 2023. So isolate your top 5. Dial in your measurable activity around leveraging your sphere.
Yep.
Really important. And organize your pop buys. Organize your pop buys and have a gift.
Hey, when's the best time to pop by? When would you say, time frame wise, throughout the day? When would you pop by someone's house? After dinner?
Honestly, I would ask. I would just say,
shoot him a message.
Yeah, I would say, hey Ryan, I know we haven't connected in the last few months. Really wanted to pop by. Have something thoughtful that I'd like to drop off for you and Ashley. What's the best time for me to either leave it at the doorstep or give a quick knock on the door? I would ask.
Perfect.
Right? Because you don't know. It's one of those times you don't know who's gone away. You don't know who's doing what, when, where. So I would actually reach out and ask, and I'd build that into my contact process, like throughout my contact process, my measurable activities. So I build that into my measurable activities for the week so that I would know, okay, I've got 10 pop buys that I need to do on Thursday. So I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to line them up and put them in my calendar.
Plug them in.
Because next thing you know, you got 3 people that are like, well, yeah, Tuesday at 4 works. We can't be at 3 places. Right? And this is not the type of thing that you want to let slide or let anybody down or cancel or bail. And go get yourself a damn 4-wheel drive. Snow is come on. Come on.
Beep,
Climate change, it's a thing. It's real. It's really freaking cold. Like, it's like -6 or 7 where we are. and we're in like the Pacific Northwest. Like this just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But again, it's never an excuse. So it's not, I couldn't make it. There's snow. Go get yourself a damn 4-wheel drive. Like go Uber a Bronco for all I care. That doesn't matter to me. But get out there. If you commit, you're going to be there. Be there. So that's my rant on activities that you can do to make your people in your sphere, your friends, your family, past clients. That's how you can make their Christmas spectacular and show them that you actually care. Love up on them. Change those conversations. So Ryan, what was the best Christmas present you ever got, my friend?
Oh man, I think when I was a kid, like my parents always took us up to Mount Washington, the local ski area, and the best gift I ever got, there was 2 things. One, it was a Discman. I loved it. I think I got
one of
Daddy
those too.
and Mace as the CDs.
But yeah, poor choice of music.
Hey,
so
man, that was what
garbage
I
in, garbage
liked
out.
back
But
then.
and
then
I can tell you
the
seem like that kind of guy.
The second thing was I got this really rad yellow snowboard, and I just loved that thing, man. I rode it till it was way too small, and I just remember having such good times on it.
Nice. So rather than just sitting here saying like how disappointed I am over the last 37 years.
Yeah, let's hear what was the best gift you got.
Best gift I ever got for Christmas.
Did you buy it for yourself this year?
No. I never buy my own Christmas presents.
Well, I thought the Jeep was your Christmas.
No. Well, I don't know. That was like out of necessity. I just got pissed off about my Honda Civic and was like, what am I doing? What am I doing in life? I'm not like 19 anymore. How am I driving a Honda
If anyone
Civic
wants the backstory on the Honda Civic, just plug into like
literally,
2 episodes ago
yeah.
when Joe pushed his back out.
Yeah, when I put my back
Pushing
out, trying
the
to
car.
push the Honda Civic. Literally, it's a backstory about my back.
Yeah.
It's a hell with that. So, best present I ever got. That's an interesting one. I think that there's just so many that come to mind. The best Christmas present that I ever received was Christmas 2012. And it was the first Christmas that Jen and I were ever together. So we didn't really know like what to expect, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm a big Star Wars fan. Like I've always loved Star Wars growing up, not Star Trek, Star Wars. And when I was a kid, the best Christmas present I ever got was the Millennium Falcon. And it was in like 1984, around there. I got the Millennium Falcon, like, Han Solo's
the year
ship,
after
right?
I was born.
Year after you were born. Doesn't matter though. Doesn't matter. I got that. So as a kid, that was my favorite toy. My favorite toy was the Millennium Falcon. In 2012, they re-released it, but it was bigger and all like electronic, and it like lit up. And so it was Christmas in 2012, and Jen woke me up at 1:30 in the morning, and she's like,
What?
She's like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. And I'm like, what? Like, is everything okay? She's like, it's Christmas. Let's go open our presents. And I'm like, oh my God, it's 1:30 in the morning. Seriously? She's like, yeah, let's go open our presents. And I went downstairs, and there it was, man. She had, and this thing was like hundreds. Like this thing was like $300 or $400. And you got to like, it was just so beyond the little budget that we set for ourselves to like get Christmas present. I think I got her a robe, and she got me the Millennium Falcon. And I opened it up, and I am man enough to admit I opened it up and I cried. Just the thought that went into it. It wasn't about the price. It was the fact that I had told her that story, and we just had that conversation like years before, and she saw it and was just like, "This is like," and I still have it. I kept the box. I kept everything, and my son and my son would have been maybe like 6, 5. No, not even. Probably would have been. I think he was like 5. Yeah. Him and I played the shit out of that thing. We still sometimes put it down. Like, hey, you want to play Star Wars? He's like, okay. I'm like, okay. So yeah. So we still play with our Star Wars toys. He's like 15. He's gonna shoot me for saying this. So yeah. And but yeah, that's the greatest thing I ever got. And it wasn't so much about the Millennium Falcon. It wasn't about the price or the size. It was the fact that she remembered that story and saw it, made that connection. It was probably one of the most heartfelt gifts I have ever received.
So where does this live now?
Oh, good question. It's in the garage. My office got substantially smaller in our new house. Well, actually, 2 houses ago, I had a giant office in my house. And then in our next house, it was really, really small. Like it was like twice the size of a bathroom. So I just didn't have room to put it out. And then we moved this sort of spring, summer, moved into a new house. And I just haven't unpacked it yet. But trust me, it's I know where it is. Every piece is accounted for, except the piece that a dog probably ate at some point or something. But now it's more like when it'll be like a grandkids thing.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So, Ryan, I got to say, man, in the whole spirit of the holiday season, I just want to say how appreciative I am of collaboration with you. I mean, producer Paige, Jason, wherever he is. Not that he's dead. He's not dead. I know it's like, sounds like R.I.P. the GOAT. He didn't quit the podcast. He just quit on us. So hope you feel better, big man. Rest up, big rig, and we'll see you back in the podcast studio soon. But I think the thing I'm most grateful for is the fact that we have an audience that we can talk to, and we have people that support us, that uplift us. Some days are more challenging than others. And for us, it's our coaching students, our collaborators, people who watch the podcast, give us the great feedback, constructive feedback. I'm just grateful for the audience that we have and the opportunity that I can come in here and collaborate with. I mean, you guys aren't even really friends anymore. You're family. Yeah. So I just want to say how grateful I am just for everybody that we have, that we get to hang out with on a daily basis. Makes it all worthwhile. I hope everybody has a safe and amazing and blessed holiday season. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, all that fun stuff. And please, safe and happy holiday season. All the best from the Sims Coaching Systems and Sims Real Estate Group family to you. We'll see you in 2023.
What?
Yeah.